Welcome to Epic Mom Life. I'm really excited to have you here today. I am your host, Kara Peterson. This is where we talk about everything happening in our mom lives. We'll talk about things like parenting and education, both homeschool and public, and those important issues our families are facing today. We'll also have several topics about connection and self-care for our moms. So let's get started. The homework question. Is it a help or a hindrance? Homework is a term often synonymous with stress, anxiety, and frustration among students. Unfortunately, it also is now often regarded with disdain by parents. Is there a purpose to homework? Can it be done without causing undue stress on the family? After 7 hours at school, is it even necessary? There are some true benefits to homework, but there are also some disadvantages. I'm going to talk about both. In the end, the question is, does homework really benefit the child? And I think that depends. What would the child, on a case-by-case basis, have been doing if they were not doing their homework? What was the purpose of the assigned homework? Did the child have enough instruction and understanding to do the work independently? There are many questions that need to be asked to determine if homework is really beneficial. Here is a quick synopsis of the pros and cons of homework. Pros to doing homework. Students learn time management. If they have to ride the bus home, do household chores, after-school activities, interact with family and friends, etc., they need to learn how to manage their time so they can accomplish all of their tasks. Parents are involved with their educational process. Parents will see exactly what their child is learning in school and how it is being taught, giving the parents the ability to monitor progress, frustrations, and curriculum. It encourages learning practice. It is said it takes hours to make a new theory a learned practice. Homework encourages a better understanding through rote practice. Results of homework gives the educator an indication of student comprehension. If homework is used as a tool to better understand a theory or lesson, how the student did on the homework can tell an educator if the class is ready to move on to a new lesson. Independence. Students learn to work independently. This is an incredibly valuable skill as they need to problem solve if they have questions. Cons to homework. Homework can cause stress and frustration if the entire purpose of homework is to gain a better understanding of a concept through practice. Then, if the student does not understand the homework in the first place, the homework only causes stress and frustration. If the homework is graded other than pass or fail, it can also create pressure and stress. Other than major projects and papers is intended to be further practice. Practice implies the student has not yet mastered this concept. It's really boring. The student has already worked 6 or 7 hours in school. To come home and do rote practice of concepts they learned in school is really boring. It should not take more than 10 questions or problems, etc., to confirm that they have the concept. Children should be able to play. When is the child able to be a child and enjoy their lives with activities that they want to do and just play? There needs to be a balance, and they have spent a lot of time in school, usually sitting all day. Many children lack the sleep they need. The child and parent who tries to do it all often finds themselves overscheduled, even with fun activities, and lacking sleep that they need to get all of their required work done. Homework can disrupt the family dynamic. Parents are often the homework police, making sure reluctant children do the work and sometimes have to help them with it. Parents can feel overwhelmed with this. What is the point of the homework? In order to understand what the entire point of the homework is or should be, I think you need to start with the end goal of the assignment. At its core, homework should do one of the following: reinforce learning, develop skills, allow teachers to track student understanding, or be a bridge between the school and home. Does the homework given benefit my child? I think this is a really fair question to ask. By asking the questions, you may discover more important issues going on with your child. 1, do they understand the concept? If they do and can complete it with a pre-agreed level of competency, 80% for example, then do they really need to do all of the homework assignments that are attached to that concept? I don't think they do. So ask for a pretest to see if your child grasps the concepts easily or is ahead in many areas. This is my warning to you. If your child does pretest out of the next concept, let's say spelling, they still need to be doing something in class. So for the spelling example, they pretested out of all of their spelling words that week. So they don't have to do any of their spelling assignments in class that week. They still have to be doing something. So maybe they need to come up with 5 to 10 new words that they do not know. And if they are capable, use them in sentences to become more familiar with them. 2, is your child having difficulty with the concept? If your child does not understand long division, all of the homework in the world just will not help them and will frustrate them. You need to meet with the teacher and talk about how this will be addressed. My first go-to is that the parent can teach them. However, now schools are using methods for math that parents did not learn when they were younger. So when we teach our kids the math the way we learned it, our kids just get really confused. There's also a really good argument for the fact that parents have been working all day. So then to come home, get dinner on the table, and get everything done that needs to be done, and then also do homework, for parents, that's a lot. I think we need to rethink what we're asking of parents to do that way. Ask homework. 3, flip it. I love this concept. You may not have heard of it, so listen up. Many middle school or high schools have tried this, and what they're doing is homework is a video of teaching the concept. So usually in class during, the day, the teacher, then when the kiddos come to school, they're given the homework. So that's all of the practice that is done. So the practice isn't given at all the night before. That's just the lesson. So that's the teacher going over, this is how we do it, and they'll model it, how we would do it together, right? Then when they come to school, the whole hour is the teacher going over it together and then them getting lessons in class on how to do it, and they get their homework in class. So the teacher is there to help them do it. I love that. However, I don't want the videos to be more than 20 minutes long. And it would be bad if every single, if you're in middle school or high school and all 7 of your classes did a 20-minute video doing that. But that's a really great idea. Round file, number 4. Have you heard of the round file? It is the trash. Ask the teacher what they do with the homework assignments. If the teacher is not going to give your child credit for working after school on problems and giving up time that should have been theirs, but they're simply going to round file the assignment, how on earth is your child supposed to buy into the desire to do homework? Students should get a pass or a fail. They either tried to do or they tried not to do. They just didn't do it. And they should get actual credit for this towards their grade. 5, too much is too much. Your child was at school for a long time. What could the teachers not teach and do in the time allotted for them? Granted, it is more difficult to do this in the upper grades when they only have 50 minutes or so with your child that day. However, if they are teaching a lesson that is 20 minutes long, they're modeling it for 10 minutes, your child would still have 20 minutes to work on that skill in class. So even if they gave 15 problems and your kiddo was only able to get through 10 of them, they would only have 5 to finish up when they got home, right? So work with teachers. See if you can get all of your child's work for the week ahead of time. This will allow your child to manage their time wisely and work in their extracurricular activities. So if your Tuesday and Thursday is jam-packed and you have no time, but for the whole week what the schedule is going to be, your kiddo can double down on Wednesday and get a whole bunch of work done on Wednesday so that everything is done ahead of time. All major projects. These should have enough time to be done in smaller chunks, and most teachers are really good at this. However, you may not know your teacher is really good at this because your kiddo may be really bad at this. This may be a conversation you have to have with your child. If you have a child who is a last-minute Mary or Mike, You need to meet with the teacher at the very beginning of the year and make sure you know when these major assignments are scheduled so you can gently help your child work on those time management skills. Has homework in your home caused you or your child a lot of anxiety? I always recommend speaking with your child's teacher first. If you are at your wit's end with the school, there are other choices available to you. Remember, you control your child's education. I have a lot of information for moms who are wondering if homeschool is a good choice for them. I know you're busy and probably tired, but you can totally do it. I was a public school teacher, and while I do not believe homeschooling is for everyone, in today's climate, I do believe that it is a great choice for many, if not most. The movie quote, "When hearts are high, time will fly, so whistle while you work." Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Thank you for joining me today on Epic Mom Life. This episode is sponsored by The Possum's Tale, a unique book adventure for your child. Head to our website, epicpublisher.com, to find free and fabulous parenting and educational resources. How do you love to get your info? We have it in 3 formats: audio, YouTube, or blog. I am your host, Kara Peterson, and I look forward to seeing you next week on Epic Mom Life.